He grew up thinking she was just his sister, until one night, a family secret came out, and it shattered his life forever. Hours later, his entire family was dead, killed by the same cops meant to protect them. What really happened inside that California home? And why did the truth cost an entire family their lives? This story is not fiction. It's a real-life nightmare. It's about a 24-year-old guy named Derek Lewis from a small town in California. He had a good life. He had 2 younger brothers, a dad who worked 2 jobs, and a sister who took care of them all like a second mom. But one night, Derek found out something strange. A secret that was hidden from him for 24 whole years. His so-called sister, Amanda, was actually his mother. Derek Lewis grew up in a simple neighborhood in Bakersfield, California. He always believed Amanda was his older sister. She was 17 years older, smart, kind, always looking out for him. When their mom died in childbirth, or so he was told, Amanda stepped in and became like a mother figure, cooking for them, helping with homework, and even missing her own dreams to take care of the house. But Amanda had secrets. Big ones. And Derek didn't know any of it. Until the night of his 24th birthday. That night, they had a small party. Just the family. Amanda gave him a box with a letter inside. Her hands were shaking. He opened it. Inside was a hospital bracelet, with his name, and Amanda listed as the mother. He laughed at first, thinking it was a joke. But Amanda started crying. "I'm sorry," she said. "I was just 15. I didn't know what to do. Dad told everyone I was your sister to protect the family name." Derek's whole world crumbled. His dad, Mr. Lewis, was actually his grandfather. His little brothers? They were his uncles. His entire life had been a lie. He got up. He was confused, angry. He stormed out of the house, slamming the door behind him. He went to the park, sat alone. He cried. 2 hours later, flashing lights filled the street. Police cars. Dozens of them. Neighbors said they heard shouting inside the Lewis house. Then gunshots. By the time Derek got back home, it was too late. His whole family was dead. Amanda, Mr. Lewis, the 2 boys, all found shot inside the house. Police claimed they were called to the house because of a domestic disturbance. But Derek had never called the police. He never asked for help. Nobody did. Then came the part that shocked everyone. The police said they feared for their lives. That Mr. Lewis had a weapon. But friends say Mr. Lewis was old and walked with a cane. The 2 boys were just 10 and 8 years old. Amanda had no history of violence. So why were they all shot? Why were there 17 bullet holes in the walls? Why did they shoot Amanda in the back as she ran? They tried to blame Derek too. They pulled him in for questioning. Said maybe he called the police and lied. Said maybe he snapped after finding out the truth. But Derek was miles away. His phone proved it. Till today, the police have not been charged. They say they were following protocol. But Derek, he's alone now. No family. No answers. Just a secret that destroyed everything. And here's the thing. When reporters tried to ask the police for the body cam footage, it was missing. Just gone. Now Derek is speaking out. He wants justice. He wants the truth. But the more he speaks, the more danger he seems to be in. Because just 2 weeks ago, someone tried to break into his apartment. And all they stole was Amanda's hospital bracelet. What are they trying to hide? What really happened inside that house? We may never know. But Derek is still searching. And the truth might be darker than anyone ever imagined. After the funeral, Derek couldn't sleep. He kept hearing Amanda's voice in his head. "I'm sorry. I just wanted to protect you." But the truth kept haunting him. The house, where his family died, was locked up by the police. Yellow tape everywhere. But neighbors told him something strange. The night of the shooting, a black SUV was seen 30 minutes before the cops arrived. No police markings. Just parked outside, lights off. Then, someone knocked on the Lewis front door. Amanda answered. She didn't look scared until she saw what was on the man's badge. That's what a neighbor named Mrs. Garland told Derek. She lived across the street. She looked shocked, Mrs. Garland said, like she saw a ghost. But when Derek asked the police about the SUV, They said, "We have no record of that." 2 weeks later, Derek finally got access to Amanda's things. He found her old diary. Worn out. Some pages were torn, like someone didn't want them read. But in the back, she had written something that changed everything. "If anything happens to me, it's not random. I kept a copy of the birth papers and names. Someone powerful didn't want this out. His real father isn't who he thinks it is." Derek froze. What did she mean? All his life, he thought Amanda was just a scared teen girl who got pregnant. But now, there was someone else in the shadows? He flipped through more pages. One name was scribbled multiple times. Officer Brian Huxley. Derek searched online. Brian Huxley was a retired police officer, now working as a security consultant for the Bakersfield Police Department. He served around the time Amanda got pregnant. What's more shocking? He lived just 2 streets away from the Lewis home when Amanda was 14. Could he be Derek's real father? Derek remembered something. When he was 10, he saw Amanda arguing with a man in a uniform outside their home. He had a police badge. Amanda had yelled, "Don't come back. He doesn't need to know who you are." At the time, Derek thought it was just a stranger. But now, it was making sense. Derek tried to file a complaint, asked for body cam footage, asked why the police report was filled with missing pages and redacted names. But every time he asked, someone shut him down. One officer even told him, "You're better off letting this go, son. You don't want to stir up ghosts." But Derek couldn't let it go. Amanda deserved justice. His little brothers didn't deserve to die. He started speaking out, made a TikTok video, talked about Amanda, talked about the missing files. The video went viral overnight. 1.6 million views. Thousands of comments. People were angry. Protests started forming outside the police department. But then, something scary happened. Derek came home from work one day and noticed the door was unlocked. Nothing big was taken, not his laptop, not his wallet. Just Amanda's diary. And the hospital bracelet. Someone didn't want him to keep digging. He went to the police. Filed a report. But they said there was no forced entry. They wrote in the report, "Possible forgetfulness. Case closed." But Derek never forgets to lock his door. And then the final blow came. 3 nights later, Derek got a call at 2:36 a.m. No caller ID. He picked up. A deep voice said, "You got what you wanted. Don't be the next one in a body bag." Then the line went dead. Now Derek is hiding. He doesn't trust anyone. Not the police. Not even his neighbors. But he knows one thing. Somebody out there knows the truth. And that truth might just get him killed. But Derek has nothing left to lose. Because when the people meant to protect you become the killers, who do you turn to? Derek hadn't slept in days. Every shadow outside his motel window made him jump. Every knock on the door made his heart pound. He had nothing left now. No family. No home. And the only person who ever told him the truth, Amanda, was gone. But he remembered something she once said to him, when he was just a little boy, scared of the dark. "The truth can be scary, Derek. But it will always set you free." So he kept digging. Derek paid a friend to help him hack into the old hospital records. And there it was. His birth certificate. It was real. Amanda listed as the mother. Father, unknown. But the nurse who signed the document? Carol Huxley. That name hit like a lightning bolt. Huxley. Same last name as Officer Brian Huxley, the man Amanda wrote about in her diary. Derek looked deeper. Carol Huxley was Brian's sister. She worked at the hospital for 19 years, and then disappeared in 2001. No trace. No obituary. No retirement. Just vanished. 3 nights later, while Derek was hiding in a motel just outside Fresno, someone set fire to his car. No warning. No messages. Just a fireball in the night. The only thing he lost? His laptop and Amanda's journal backup files. That same night, his phone rang again. This time, a woman's voice whispered, "They know where you are. Run." The call ended. Derek didn't even pack. He grabbed his shoes and disappeared into the night. Before the fire, Derek had emailed one thing to himself. A copy of a file he wasn't supposed to have. It was from an old police database, titled Project Black Blanket. Inside were notes from 2000 to 2002, rough names, unofficial reports, and buried in the files was a paragraph that read, Teen female, pregnant by internal source. Situation handled. History buried. Outcome irreversible. Mark as family surveillance. Derek gasped. Amanda Lewis. Brian Huxley. The man who may have fathered him. A man protected by the system. They had known all along. They watched Amanda. They monitored the family. And the day she told Derek the truth, they came to erase it. The next day, Derek met with a retired officer named Clay Henderson. He had reached out to Derek anonymously. Clay was in his late 60s, tired eyes, shaking hands. He met Derek at a public park, in broad daylight. And what he said changed everything. They used to threaten anyone who asked about Amanda. She wasn't just some teen mom. She was part of something bigger. Her father, the man you called your dad, he used to work in intelligence. They hid you to protect you. The day she told you, they panicked. Because it wasn't just about a family secret anymore. It was about a bloodline they never wanted the world to know about. Derek sat in silence. Clay handed him a small flash drive. Said, "If I disappear after this, you'll know why." Derek asked, "What's on it?" Clay looked at him with watery eyes. Proof. But the flash drive never made it to Derek's hands. As he walked home, a van pulled up beside him. 2 men in black pulled him in. And just like that, Derek Lewis vanished. No trace. No calls. No tweets. No TikToks. Just silence. 3 days later, the flash drive was mailed anonymously to a small local news station. But it was empty. Somebody erased the truth again. The world was starting to care. #JusticeForDerek trended on X. Thousands were demanding answers. The news picked up the story. But Bakersfield PD stayed silent. They released a one-line statement. "We are not currently investigating any Derek Lewis-related matter." Not even a missing persons report. The flash drive Clay Henderson gave Derek, the one with proof, was mailed to a news station 3 days after Derek vanished. But it had been wiped clean. No files. No logs. Just one folder. Titled, "He Shouldn't Have Known." Inside that folder? A single image. A sonogram. The image was labeled, Amanda, April 2013 weeks. That was Derek. A photo of him before he was even born. Evidence she was pregnant. Why would that be the only thing left? What were they trying to prove? Reporters tracked down one of Amanda's high school friends, Lena Vasquez. She hadn't spoken to Amanda in 10 years. But when she saw the news, she came forward. She said, "Amanda was scared. I remember one night she told me, if anything happens to me or my baby, it'll be because I spoke too much." She used to carry a tiny recorder with her. She said she recorded everything. Conversations. Threats. Even a voice she never wanted her son to hear. Lena said Amanda once showed her a short clip of a man's voice. A man begging her to stay quiet. And Amanda crying, whispering, "But he's just a baby. He didn't ask for any of this." Lena never heard the full clip. Amanda was too scared. Derek once mentioned Amanda kept a small tape recorder in her room. He thought it was gone. But Lena had a memory. She remembered Amanda hiding it inside a stuffed bear. A worn-out blue bear named Benji, Derek's childhood favorite. When reporters tracked down Amanda's belongings, the bear was missing. A police officer signed it out of the evidence room the night of the shooting. That officer? Brian Huxley's son, Officer Marcus Huxley. So let's review. Amanda pregnant at 15. Hospital records signed by Carol Huxley, Brian Huxley's sister. Amanda argued with a uniformed man outside her home. Eyewitness confirms. Amanda said, "He doesn't need to know who you are." Officer Brian Huxley retired quietly 6 years ago. Amanda warned Derek in her journal, "If anything happens to me, it's not random." Now Derek is gone. Retired Officer Clay Henderson, the man who gave Derek the flash drive, was found 2 days later. His body was discovered near a hiking trail, ruled as suicide. But the gun found beside him had no fingerprints, no prints, no DNA, no casing. And the note he left was typed. No handwriting. His daughter came forward crying on national TV. My dad was scared. He said if anything happens to him, it's because he told the truth. 2 days before Derek vanished, he sent a voice note to his best friend Trevor. In it, Derek said, "I think they know. I think they're watching me. But if anything happens to me, don't let Amanda's story disappear. I don't care about me anymore. I just want the world to know she tried to protect me. She loved me. And they took her anyway." As of today, Derek Lewis is still missing. No official search. No updates from the police. No answers. But somewhere out there, someone knows the truth. And the bear named Benji? Still missing. Because the secrets Amanda hid are still echoing. And until we find that bear, until Derek is found, until someone finally speaks, this story isn't over. The bear, that little blue bear, Benji, wasn't just a toy. It was a vault. Amanda had sewn a tape recorder inside of it, recording everything she was too afraid to say out loud. The threats, the names, the truth. That tape is now the most hunted object in Bakersfield. When Amanda's house was searched, every item was bagged and logged. The blue teddy bear was listed in the original inventory report as item number 52, child's stuffed bear, navy blue, worn condition. But 3 days later, when the evidence was transferred to the main station, Benji was no longer listed. One officer was caught on security footage moving boxes around in the evidence room. That officer? Marcus Huxley, son of Brian Huxley, the suspected father. The same man Amanda feared most. He has since resigned from the force. No interviews. No public statements. Just silence. A week after Derek vanished, Amanda's old friend Lena Vasquez received a blocked call. The voice was shaky, weak, but familiar. It was Derek. He said just 5 words before the call dropped. "They have Benji. Please hurry." The call lasted 11 seconds. Then silence. No location. No follow-up. But Lena recognized his voice immediately. She called it in. But police said it was probably a prank. 2 days later, a man named Toby Reeves, a dumpster diver and junk hauler, found something strange near an abandoned storage unit linked to Officer Huxley's family. Inside a trash bag, burnt photos, a cracked cassette tape, Amanda's high school ID, and half of Benji's blue fur. But no recorder, no tape intact. The cassette was melted at the edge, unplayable. Toby turned it in. 2 days later, his Facebook page was deleted and his phone stopped working. But what shocked everyone was what Amanda wrote in her very last diary entry, never seen until now. Underscore, if you're reading this, I probably didn't make it. They didn't just want to hide Derek's birth. They wanted to erase it. Because Derek isn't just a secret, he's evidence. I recorded it all. The voice. The threats. His confession. It's inside Benji. Please, don't let them silence him too. An anonymous Reddit user going by the name Project Benji 24 posted something last night. I have a copy of the tape. If I disappear or release it, don't trust the police. Don't trust Huxley. Then, the account was deleted within 10 minutes. So where is Benji? Where is Derek? And if someone really has a copy of the tape, why haven't they released it yet? Is it fear? Or is it because what's on that tape could take down more than just one man? This story is no longer just about one family. It's about a system built on secrets. And what happens when those secrets start to leak? We still don't know where Derek is. But if that tape surfaces, the whole world will finally hear the voice Amanda feared the most. And when they do, everything will change. 2 months. That's how long it's been since Derek Lewis disappeared. No updates. No search. The police say he's probably just hiding. But Derek never ran from the truth. He ran toward it. So why would he suddenly vanish? 3 days ago, a tech journalist in Sacramento named Mia Rowe received a strange email. No subject. No message body. Just one file attached. She opened it. It was only 12 seconds long. A low-quality audio file with static. But deep in the noise was a man's voice. Raspy. Breathing heavy. They're watching. I'm in a basement. Please, find Benji. Don't let them win. It was Derek. Mia tried to trace the file. But it was routed through 6 different proxy servers. All encrypted. All dead ends. Who sent it? And how did they get that audio? Investigators and online sleuths began digging into one key thing. Benji the Bear. A Reddit user named CodeOrangeActual posted this theory. Benji was logged in police evidence on May 14th. But 48 hours later, that same bear, same description, was seen in a city dump in Ridgecrest, 90 minutes from Bakersfield. How did it get from a sealed evidence room to a garbage site? A local garbage worker anonymously claimed, "We were told not to touch that bag. Cops came in an unmarked car and took it back out." When asked who gave the order, a man with a gold badge. Never gave a name. People started noticing something else. For people who had spoken publicly about Derek or Amanda, are now gone. Clay Henderson ruled suicide. Lena Vesquez, Amanda's best friend, missing. Last seen at a bus station. Toby Reeves, the man who found Benji's fur, vanished. Truck abandoned. Project Benji 24, the Reddit user who claimed to have the tape, account deleted, no trace. One by one, they're all being silenced. But something happened that they didn't expect. Late last night, a fragment of the lost audio tape was leaked online. It was uploaded to a small encrypted forum under the title, Amanda's Truth, Clip 01. In the audio, Amanda is heard whispering, "You said you'd protect me. But you hurt me. I was just a child. If anything happens to me, it's because I kept the tape." Then there's a deep male voice. "Nobody's gonna believe a 15-year-old. Burn it. Or you'll both disappear." The man's voice matches Brian Huxley's speech patterns from past interviews. It's not confirmed, but forensic audio experts say it's a 90% match. The people of Bakersfield are angry. They're marching, demanding answers, asking, "Where is Derek Lewis? Who ordered the raid? Why was Amanda silenced?" The mayor refuses to comment. The Bakersfield PD has now sealed all records related to Amanda Lewis and Derek Lewis. They claim it's now a matter of state security. So now we ask, why would a family secret trigger a police cover-up? Why would a bear stuffed with a recorder be so dangerous? And most of all, where is Derek Lewis? And who will be next to disappear? Because whatever is on that full tape has the power to destroy people in high places. And if it gets out, it could change everything. Elijah didn't sleep for days. He was seeing flashes of his family, not just their faces but how they died. Over and over. He knew the truth now. He knew that his entire life had been built on a lie. That lie started with his mother, who wasn't really his mother, but his grandma. His sister, Maria, was actually his biological mom. And the man he thought was his father wasn't even related to him. And now, they were all gone. His little brother Jamie. His uncle Terrence. His grandfather. Even the neighbor Mr. Harold, who always fixed bikes on weekends. All shot. All gone. And the worst part? The cops were quiet. Too quiet. No one was arrested. No investigation. No media coverage. Just a few whispers in town that made it seem like Elijah's family were criminals. That maybe they deserved it. But Elijah knew better. One night, around 2:14 a.m., he walked into the same police station where he was first questioned. He stood in front of the glass window. The officer at the desk looked up, bored. "Elijah Cruz?" the officer asked. "Yes," Elijah said, his voice shaking. "I have something to say." The flash drive had everything. Photos, videos, audio recordings. Maria, his mom, had started recording things before she died. She knew something was wrong. She knew people were watching their house. She knew someone inside the department was planning something. The files were hidden in an old Bible in the attic. Elijah found them 3 weeks after the funerals. On that drive was one particular video. Maria speaking directly to the camera. "Elijah, if you're seeing this, it means they finally did it. I tried to warn you. I tried to protect you. I'm so sorry." Her voice cracked. Her eyes were tired. "Everything they told you was a lie. Your dad, your grandpa, they knew. The police aren't here to protect us." Elijah stared at the officer's eyes red. "You need to see this," he said. Within an hour, Elijah was removed from the room. They told him, for his safety. But he knew something was off. That night, someone tried to break into the motel he was staying in. Then his friend Tasha, the only one he told about the flash drive, went missing. What Elijah didn't know was that the people who killed his family were now watching his every move. And the deeper he dug, the more he realized. This wasn't just about his family. This was bigger. Elijah was alone. The flash drive he gave to the police? Disappeared. No follow-up. No justice. Nothing. His best friend, Tasha, her phone last pinged near an abandoned train station 2 towns away. The motel manager said 2 men in suits came asking about Elijah. That was the last warning he needed. He packed his things and left town with only a duffel bag and a notebook full of names. But where do you run when the people chasing you wear badges? He tried to contact a reporter in LA, a woman named Diane who used to cover police corruption. They met in secret, in the back of a small cafe. He handed her a second copy of the drive. "I need people to know what really happened," he told her. "They think my family were criminals. They weren't. They were scared." She looked him in the eye and said, "I believe you." For a moment, Elijah had hope again. That night, Diane was killed. Her car, accidentally, went off the side of a hill near Mulholland Drive. The envelope? Never recovered. The news said it was an unfortunate crash. But Elijah knew. Now he wasn't just grieving his family. He was haunted by the blood of every person who tried to help him. He sent one final message to a Reddit group under a fake account. He uploaded some of the documents, audio files, and clips of Maria's last video. The post went up. It started to trend. People were commenting, "This can't be real. Is this a movie? No way this happened." The post was deleted, and so was his account. But those who knew Elijah, they knew he'd never do that. He was scared, but he was brave. He was trying to tell the world something important. And now, he's gone. Just like the rest of his family. All for knowing the truth. No arrests were ever made. No names were ever released. The truth never made it to the news.